Welcome to our virtual Farm Truck Friday. You've been familiar with the wonderful offerings that we've had in the past. I got to go up to the farm to introduce you to the wonderful offerings for this week. This is the Caradonna Salvia. It is a phenomenal perennial. They call them an old world perennial. And this is so wonderful because you can notice the dark stems, almost purple color, and then these beautiful blue, purple flowers. This plant will get 24 inches tall and 18 inches wide, and it blooms for a solid 6 to 8 weeks at the beginning of the season. You can cut it back, and then it rests for 6 weeks, and it blooms again. Wonderful perennial, must have for any garden. This is an outstanding hosta called Francee, and what's wonderful about it, it's one of the best white margined hostas. What's even better about this is when you feel the leaves, you can feel how thick they are. So what that means is no slug problems. Slugs just don't like to eat these because they're too chewy. So this is wonderful. It will get 2 feet tall, and at maturity, which is going to take about 3 years to become mature, it can be 4 feet wide. Phenomenal, outstanding hosta. This is the Japanese tree lilac, and it's a cultivar called Ivory silk. And what's wonderful about these is they bloom later than the classic lilacs. And the beautiful flowers, these gorgeous white flowers up at the top. They're not fragrant like the other lilacs, but the color is wonderful. And then they have this gorgeous bark. Look at the bark on here. And this plant can actually get to be about 30 feet tall by 12 feet wide at maturity. And you can see there's multi-stem forms and also single stem forms. I love the multi-stem form. This is Ruby Falls Weeping Redbud, and look at the color, why they call it ruby, this foliage. And then look at the habit, it's beautiful with these weeping branches. This is an ideal plant for a small area. It only gets between 5 and 8 feet tall and 5 and 8 feet wide. The typical redbud flowers, early, and then the leaves all come out. Fantastic, gorgeous addition to any small garden. This is Taxus media Viridis, and the name just fits it perfectly. Viridis is green, and this is a phenomenal upright Japanese yew that will tend to grow. This can go up to 10 feet, and it's only going to stay 2 feet wide. But look at the brand new foliage with that light green, and then as it matures, you get this beautiful blue-green. Phenomenal. Yews are incredible for our landscapes. They'll work in full sun and total shade. Excellent addition to your landscape. This is a wonderful perennial called Dark Towers Penstemon, or Beardtongue is the common name. And you can see it can get to be 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide out in the landscape. We're just a little bit early, and in about 2 more weeks, you're going to see these wonderful light pink flowers, and with wonderful contrast of that beautiful burgundy foliage. An incredible plant that can deal with our heat and high humidity in the summer. Doesn't mind our clay soils. Incredible addition, full sun perennial. This is Canada Anemone. And boy, for our area where we have heavy clay soil and we have possible standing water this time of year, this is a blessing. And look at these adorable single flowers that come up. And what's great is the plants get about 12 inches tall, 18 inches when they're in bloom. They bloom for a good period, probably about 3 to 4 weeks in the late spring, early summer. And these will spread. You can plant these on 1-foot centers, and they'll fill in a ground cover area very quickly. It can get a little aggressive, but perfect for an area you want to fill in. And it takes part sun and part shade, so really versatile. I love Canada Anemone. Of all the plants today, this is my favorite. And you're gonna say, why? Well, this is called Birchleaf Spirea, or Tor. And Tor actually means that it comes from the Celtic word for a mound. And you can see it's this beautiful mound. It has gorgeous leaves, and they tend to look like birch leaves, so that's why they call it a Birchleaf Spirea. But what's fabulous about this is look at the flowers on it. It's covered like this for a good solid 4 weeks in end of spring, early summer. And what's even better about this is that gorgeous, gorgeous green foliage for the rest of the growing season, but then fall color. It's almost like dynamite because it has orange and yellow and red all throughout the whole plant. A plant that is great for so many seasons in the garden, and it can be used as a specimen plant, or it can be a solid workhorse and turn into a shrub. I love this plant, one of the best out there. 2 to 3 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide. Excellent choice. This is the Moonrise Full Moon Maple, a Japanese maple that only goes 8 feet tall in 10 years. But look what a gem it is. You've got, when the new leaves come out, can you see the coloration in the leaf right here? And that's kind of a predictor of what the fall color is gonna be. It's that gorgeous, 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 gorgeous red. And then look, even, these are called samara. These are the seeds of a maple, not unlike the maples in our own yard, our regular maples, but look at the color. Just such a beautiful decorative plant, and it will go as wide as it is tall with those beautiful horizontal branches. What a winner to have in your yard, and not too big, it won't take over.